exactly should your consent be about the vehicles? Well, Adam Senanu, coach of the Citizen Movement Against Corruption, has something to say. Before that, let's get the facts from the source. Kofi Tonto is campaign team member for Dr. Bawumia. Hello, Mr. Tonto. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Now, these pickup vehicles that have the image of Dr. Bawumia on them, where are they from? Who produced them, and where were they heading to? Do you know anything about that?
Okay, well, a very good evening to you and to your viewers. And thank you for giving us the opportunity to explain ourselves on this issue. There's been quite a number of misinformation out there. So I would like to use the platform to clarify a few misinformation. So for example, there is the misinformation that there are about 300 pickups. It's not true. There are just 6 pickups. And there are also misinformation that we use the IMF money to buy the pickups. Obviously, that's quite laughable. It can't be possible. It's not true. The pickups were cars that were donated by persons who believe in the cause. So the approach we've adopted is what we call an optimized approach, where we've done several designs for cars, for buses, for T-shirts, and other merchandises that are responsive. By responsive meaning whatever shape or form that you adapt it or you change it is able to adapt and apply accordingly. So what happens is if Kofi Tonto says that I want to contribute 300 T-shirts of this type, this quality, we just send you, if you want to do polo shirts, we'll send you the polo shirts design and give you all the other requirements that are associated. And then you go off to print those T-shirts and you donate it. That was precisely what transpired. A few individuals who are volunteers who believe in the cause reached out and said they want to support the campaign with some vehicles. So they told us what vehicle they needed. We give them the design. There was a pickup. We gave them the design. And then they went off to do their design. That's it. If anyone who wants to, some people may say, okay, you know what? Let's say for this activity, we want to rent a bus for 6 months or whatever to support the cause. We may very well give you the design. You brand the bus. Once you are done, you give it back to the owner. That's simply what transpired.
So is that the case in this situation? Is it that these persons you refer to got the vehicles for the Dr. Bawumia campaign team on a loan? Did they give it as a gift? Do you personally as a campaign team know who these people are and what their interest is in supporting your campaign?
Yeah, so of course we know who the people are, except that there are people who make donations and wouldn't want to put their names out there. There are individuals, there are businessmen and persons. The law is clear. Once the person is a Ghanaian and can support, the law allows it. So there are individuals who support it. If they choose to want their names out there, they will definitely do that. In this instance, they gave us the vehicles to support the cause. We gave them the designs, and then they did the branding and put it out. There are some who may say that after the campaign, you can keep the vehicle. There are some who may say that after the campaign, would like to take it back.
So as of now, you don't know if this is a gift or it's been loaned out to the team. You can't tell us.
As now, what is important to us is we need resources to run the campaign in the most moderate and humble way possible. These are individuals who've come out and said, we have vehicles that we want to donate to the cause. They may very well say that we want to give it to you and later on change their mind. They may very well say that we are donating.
But what have they told you now? You're able to tell us, you know who these people are, and they requested an image to brand a vehicle. You're able, and my question is specific. Is it that you don't know as we speak now if this is just a gift or it's a loan to the team?
As it stands now, they've given it to us as a gift to support the campaign.
So where are
And
the
I'm saying
vehicles
that,
now as we speak?
oh, they are being transported to other parts of the country. I know one will go to Wa and other parts of the country. Yeah, so they won't sit in one place. They'll be transported to parts of the country. Yeah.
And in the general conversation of political party financing, these people you say who've donated to the Dr. Bawumia campaign, do you know if they're, clean business people, or I can just get up as an individual and say I'm going to support the campaign team, and you readily accept any gift because I believe in your cause? What do you do in the background checks of these people? Are they regular taxpayers? Are they people who are likely going to expect or demand some returns if your candidate is able to secure the seat as president? I mean, do you do any background checks on these people? Or
Of
I
course.
can just contact you and say, I have a gift for you and you take it?
No, 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 no. I don't think we do free for all campaign where any individual will wake up and say that we are giving you a vehicle. We certainly do some background checks to make sure that the persons who are donating to the campaign are genuine people who have exhibited publicly and without any cause to worry that they are doing genuine business. Don't forget that the donations that are coming come in different forms. Some may even be very soon, some may even be sending 40 CDs, 20 CDs, 10 CDs. So they come in different forms. In that instance where we've asked people to maybe donate through, for example, a short code, we may not be able to ascertain every person's background. But persons who are bringing quantifiable and verifiable items, of course, will do the due diligence to make sure these are credible persons who are contributing to the cause. We have a duty to the people of this republic to not only rule and govern, but before you even come into government, you have a duty to make sure that you are engaging the right people so as to avoid the very issue that you mentioned, that people are not investing or using political parties, vehicles of investment, where they put in X amount, and then once you come into power, they expect Y amount. No, there ought to be persons who are genuinely interested in the campaign and want to support it for a good cause. That is what the vice president believes in. So certainly,
Finally,
anyway,
Kofi,
yeah, go ahead.
for purposes of accountability, we've been hosting politicians over the time, asking them how much did you spend on your campaign, whether they were forms of gifts or your personal investment, and they're not able to tell us. We're hoping the narrative will change. These pickup vehicles cost of purchasing the vehicles and branding. How much did it cost these people to give you these gifts?
I wouldn't know. So, for example,
but why wouldn't you care to ask? Why wouldn't you care to ask?
why wouldn't we care to? No, you are asking me how much. I wouldn't know as I sit here how much it costs a person to buy one vehicle. We are more than happy to be transparent and share whatever details that are available to
But
us.
you're
I'm
able to
telling you
share
that.
every detail about it, and I'm thinking that it should be one of the first things that should come to mind if somebody is giving you a gift. Obviously, also because of all the strings attached to political party financing, you would want to know at the end of your campaign, okay, so and so gave me this, it cost them this much, it cost this person that much, it cost me this much. In entirety, this is how much I spent on my campaign. And I'm asking you, didn't it interest you to know?
No, 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 no. I'm saying that we fully agree with transparency of campaign financing.
So
I'm
you
saying
didn't
that we
ask
fully
these
agree with it.
people, you didn't
No,
ask
I'm
them.
saying that. No, no, no. I'm not saying we didn't. I'm saying that as I stand here and sit here right now, I don't have it readily available. We'll be more than happy to invite you guys over to ask more questions if you deem it appropriate. I won't be able to give you the exact figure per person. That's what I'm saying.
All
I'll
right.
be more than happy to share whatever information with you. Look, Dr. Bawumia believes very firmly in transparency, and we support what you are asking. These are genuine questions. Political parties must be able to come out and clearly state how they raise their funds. You know, before I came on, I was listening to the interview your journalist was doing in Nigeria to some, I think, Ho MP or something like that. And they were asking similar questions. For example, President Mahama gave out 40 CDs for 300,000 people. That's 12 million Ghana cedis. Looking at the recent exchange rate, that's over $1 million. The question is, it would be good for all Ghanaians to know where he got the money from. Was it donations? If donations, from who? So yes, we stand for transparency and we stand for asking the requisite questions to ensure that bad people are not hiding politicians to invest money and reap it later. I fully agree with you.
All right, Kofi. So I mean, I just want to say here on record that I would reach out to you again, and I would like you to help us with the cost of the gift, and also because you have to pay taxes on gifts, right? So we would like to know the cost of that gift. And I don't think that it's good enough for us to be, for lack of a better expression, hiding these people who openly want to support somebody for purposes of transparency. So if I know it is person A or person B, or businessman A or businessman B who sponsored Dr. Bawumia's campaign, for example, and much later in life we see certain contracts going a certain way, we are able to draw the lines and make some inferences. So I'm just saying to you right here on the pulse that I'll reach out to you again, Kofi Tonto, for a response on these specific questions that you don't have ready answers for.
I'm also saying that I don't disagree with you,
right?
But it's also a fact that it isn't new. This campaign or our campaign or any other campaign isn't the first time someone has donated. It's replete within our society.
I know what happens, but we are trying to change the narrative. We are trying to make things better. Both your candidate and that for the opposition party have all spoken about political party financing and how we must do a better job at it, Kofi. I appreciate your time here this afternoon.
I'm not disagreeing. So I'm saying that when you come and we finish, we'll go to President Mohammed's house and also assess where he got the 12 million CDs from, and all the other people. Kita, for example, Henry said he raised $1.4 million to run his campaign. We'll be happy for Joy FM to also accompany us, so we can call President Mahama, we can call the Kita.
Oh, Kofi, so now you're going to do the calling and we will be witnesses. Is that the case?
No.
You said we should accompany you, so you are going to do the calling. I get your point. Let's not play Kofi. You are the one I'm talking to now. Let's not play the equalization game. You're the one I'm talking to now. So I appreciate your time, Kofi. Let's not drag this further, but we'll have a conversation another time.
You are very open.
Kofi is with the Dr. Bawumia campaign team, and he was here to answer some questions on some vehicles that were seen on social media. He's given us some clarity as to the number of the vehicles, and he says they were gifts. I tried to probe further, but he doesn't have ready answers, and that's what I said I was going to come for, and he went on that equalization game. So that's it. But we're still on elections. Winneba High Court has ordered the 2020 parliamentary candidate for the NDC, James Kofi Annan, to unreservedly apologize to the MP for Efutu and Deputy Majority Leader Alexander Afenyo-Marking for defaming him. Mr. Kofi Annan, in a press conference, accused the MP, who was then parliamentary candidate of the NPP, that he was behind a scheme of 100,000 CD that was maliciously deposited into his bank account to incriminate him. The MP sued him, and the court has ordered for a retraction and an apology over the claim. All right, so this was sent to news outlets, retraction of defamatory statement and apology to Mr. Alexander Afenyo-Marking. On 20th March 2020, Mr. Alexander Afenyo-Marking brought a case of defamation against me, that's James Kofi Annan, in the Winneba District Court. I had then alluded in a press conference that I suspected him of being behind a scheme of 100,000 CD that was maliciously deposited into my bank account to incriminate me. The import of his case was that by authoring the said statement, I had defamed him in the minds of right-thinking people. On the 28th day of August 2020, the Winneba District Court, presided over by His Worship Isaac Ohenepa Kufuor, as he then was, entered a judgment in favor of Mr. Alexander Afenyo-Marking. In the view of the court, the statement I made was defamatory of Mr. Alexander Afenyo-Marking. The court subsequently made the following orders: that I should publish on Joy TV, Adum TV, UTV, and relevant online media portals a retraction of the publication, and to render an unqualified apology to the plaintiff. that 2. I should pay damages and costs of 25,000 cedis. In fulfillment of the above order, 1, I wrote to the media houses involved to publish retraction and apology. He talks about only one media house carrying the apology and instruction. In the meantime, I have already paid the damages and costs in full to the plaintiff in fulfillment of the above order. 2. Subsequently, Mr. Alexander Afenyo-Markin brought an application to the Winnipeg High Court asking the court to commit me to prison for failing to carry out the orders. The Winnipeg High Court on Tuesday gave orders, that's Tuesday, May 17, 2023, just this Tuesday, gave orders that I render unqualified apology to Mr. Alexander Afenyo-Markin within 8 days. Now the unqualified apology and retraction. To further demonstrate my commitment and respect for the orders of the High Court, Winnipeg, dated 17 May 2023, and to show sincerity in my apology and retraction, I hereby submit for publication on your network a retraction of the full statement and an apology in the following terms. 1. I, James Kofi Annan, state that the statement I authored, which you published on 17 March 2020 on your network, was without basis. 2. That the statement I made that I suspected him, Mr. Alexander Afenyo-Markin, in a 100,000 CD scheme to incriminate me, as mentioned in the said press statement, had no evidence whatsoever, and that I had no reason to make those comments. 3. That I should never have made the statements about Mr. Alexander Afenyo-Markin. 4. That I sincerely render an unqualified apology to Mr. Alexander Afenyo-Markin for any inconvenience the said statement I authored may have caused his person and or his reputation or his associates. 5, that I retract the statement I made in its entirety without any reservation. 6, that the above retraction and apology is made by me without any reservation. And that's signed by James Kofi Annan. You're watching The Pulse with me, Bernice Abu-Baidoo. And so when we return by popular request, we bring you back that story on the craze of tattooing that appears to be catching on with a lot of young Ghanaian people. So do stay for that.